So we kind of talked about the November, December. Let's say you get into January and you're 4 weeks out to the first race. What does training switch to then if it changes at all? So you're probably going before you're doing zone 1, 2, and 3, and I'm assuming from a 5 zone model. What's that 4 weeks before like?
Yeah, that's where it's again based on what you want out of the start of the season. I guess it depends on rider to rider, but for someone like me who really wants to do well in the classics, and let's face it, for me, sort of looking into next year, and I was sort of speaking to what I sort of discussed with my coach is actually, let's face it, in the biggest classics, I'm probably not, I'm not going to be on the, there's, there are these top guys in the sport, and competing with them is very difficult. So I think the team sort of came to me and were a bit like, well, why don't you just try and be absolutely flying in some of the earlier races? So in, say, like opening weekend or something like that. And I think that's what the plan is. I don't know how I feel about that because, saying, oh yeah, I'm going to be absolutely going to be trying to be going as best as possible in February or start of March sometimes could lead to, yeah, maybe the season feeling quite long once you get to October. But I kind of on the, be on the same sort of page with them. Like, maybe last year we made the mistake of sort of holding back a bit too much, whereas actually it would have been better to just get into a really good place racing fitness wise and then just see how long you can hold it. Because that did sort of work in the past. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? Like, it's
Another puzzle.
another puzzle, mate. In January, but basically, like, to answer your question, in January it gets, especially the January camp, it will get a lot more sort of doing those real sort of start introducing those real sort of race specific efforts and getting a bit more sort of getting that VO2 in and getting the almost starting trickling in a bit of motor pacing, I guess, and a bit of just kind of a bit of heavy breathing, basically.
Okay,
That's where
I like that.
that's where the heavy breathing starts. Is that sort of starts that block. But it's really about not doing too much again. It's like making sure that, because I still, that 22 season, which was maybe the best season I've had,
Mm-hmm.
I broke my collarbone in December,
Mm.
and in February in the Saudi tour, I actually also broke a little bone in my hand. So I had two kind of forced periods of rest, and that, again, speaking to my coach, that actually set me up really well. So it's almost doing the training, but then having the balls to say, okay, we're close to the race now. Let's just chill, and then I think I've collected enough sort of information over the years that I think I'm gonna, even if the team are like, Fred, what are you doing? I'm gonna be just chilling a bit more coming up to, because but sometimes it's easy just to give yourself the fatigue because you feel good, but that doesn't. You need to feel good in the race. That's the goal, is to be absolutely flying in the race and not 2 weeks before on some climb in Calpe or whatever.
What's your favorite heavy breathing VO2 way to train?
Oh, I, one I do a lot is, I do quite a lot of just like 5 by 5 minutes
Okay.
with not too much recovery. Sort of, yeah, probably like 10 minutes recovery. I think that normally is a good indication of how well I'm going, because you
And
can sort of get 5 minute consistent efforts.
as I was curious, everyone's like a little bit different on the pacing there. Like some people are like, well, I want at least the first three to be the same, and then like maybe I'm going to empty it a little bit on the
Nah,
fourth and the fifth, whatever. You're trying to go straight across the board?
yeah, because I think really I've not done that. Sometimes in races but in the sort of classic, the races I'm targeting is those those efforts, it's just repeat. It's just doing them repeatedly. Like you will have a key big spike maybe at one point in the race, but you are just right. It's just on off on off on off, and just being able to do that just all like consistently is really really important.